Hello everybody, welcome to Chute Bosses. We're here in Hayden, Colorado. Alex Dodd here with Zach Alvira, joined by Keenan Hayes. Beautiful day here in Hayden, and man, it's nice to be able to be at your place here.
Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty cool spot that you've kind of been cooped up in for like the last year. I mean, Is this like the first time you're talking to people? Or
yeah, I've had one or two, but yeah, this is first kind of interviews, and ain't been pretty much anywhere but here since the finals. So just been hanging out, getting some stuff done I ain't been able to in a while, and try not to go crazy.
Has it been kind of weird just to be cooped up, to not be on the road this time of year?
Yeah, it's been wild. Like 4th of July, like it's probably the first 4th of July in 10 plus years that I've been at home. You know, got to run down to Steamboat and hang out for it, but yeah, I ain't been going nowhere. Been saving miles on my pickup, I guess. So I guess there's some side to it that's good. But yeah, no, we've just been hanging out, getting healed up. Had surgery and doing PT. So
is it hard not to go stir crazy while you're sitting up here? And I mean, I guess this would be a nice place to go stir crazy. I mean, we're sitting out here, obviously the beautiful trees and mountains behind us, so not too bad, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah, no, it's not bad. You know, I got stuff to do every day, build fence or work on my trucks or go move cows, haul cows, something different every day, every week. You know, we're doing something else, and so it's pretty easy to get your mind off of what you've been doing and do something else. So it's not terrible, but just trying to stay on top of working out and doing my PT like the doctors want. So doing all that.
Well, you first had the groin problems when you were in Reno last year. What was kind of the process like for you finishing that 2024 season? Obviously, you had a great year. You won a bunch of rodeos, but just battling your body throughout the year.
That was the hardest part, was just trying to stay feeling good. You know, heard it probably my second horse in Reno last year, and wasn't bad during the 4th. Kind of just bared through it, and then it proceeded to get pretty hairy there at the end of the year at Northwest Run. Getting on them big Calgary horses really just kind of pulled on me a little bit, and by the end of the year we just kind of was ready to go home and hang out and get healed up. But yeah, no, it was tough.
Yeah, I mean, just the ups and downs of last season, like it had to be a huge mental battle too. Like you had the physical problem, but I'm sure mentally it probably was hard too.
That was the biggest part, was the mental stuff. Like usually you can kind of, once you're done at the rodeo, you can kind of refresh back at the camper, you know, hang out and be away from it a little bit. And there at the end of the year, that's a real big thing. Go golfing and not have to worry about nothing. But with that groin, you know, I just was always in my head. I'm not really in my head about it, but I could always feel something, you know.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, it just got irritating. You know, he kept a good head on me for the most of it, other than just kind of getting sour. You know, by the end of it, I got a little sour and just was still having fun going, but driving was just getting old and everything else. So I was ready to go home. This year it's been nice. Like I said, I ain't been home for a summer in years. But yeah, no, it was pretty good. Get some stuff done that really needed tended to, and heal up, you know, and get to feeling good again.
You know, the injury, obviously, when it occurred, you tried to rehab it yourself, and you and I were talking beforehand, and you were pretty close to making a comeback. Describe that whole process, and then what eventually led to ultimately getting surgery.
Right. So we kind of went more of the PT route. Took a bunch of time off and stuff like that, and got about I think middle of June. I think I got on 2 head of Rocky Mountain rodeos, just on practice horses. You know, middle of the day, and felt really good. Rode really good. Just 2 days later, just still in my head, you know, wasn't sure if it was ready or not, so I really wanted to try it out on something, and got on those 2 and rode really good, and then just wasn't feeling the best. You know, I could still feel kind of sored up and stuff, and didn't want to come back with something just mediocrely healed up. You know, I wanted to be 100%, so we went right in to Philadelphia, got surgery, and I think I'm 6 weeks out right now, and gonna give it another 6 or so and just keep PTing and getting stronger, and be really ready when we come back.
You know, we talked about the mental aspect. Was that kind of mentally challenging to feel good? Obviously, you know, trying things out, and then 2 days later you're kind of back to square one a little bit. What did that do for you mentally?
Oh yeah, no, I was feeling good. Like we were entered at the NFR Open, and I really wanted to go up there and took everything I had to turn out. I didn't want to make that phone call, but no, we were feeling good and got on those 2 right beforehand, and then was just gave it a week after I got off, and I was still sore up for 3-4 days, and then we just called the doctor, got that scheduled up, and then we had to give my spot to one of my buddies, but yeah, no, it ended up working out for the best. You know, I trust the process, just get 100% before I come back, and then when I do, you know, I'm still real young. I'll just give myself as much time to rodeo when I'm healed up.
Yeah, at the NFR last year going into it, I don't think a lot of people knew kind of what was going on with you. Like people on the trail knew and your buddies knew, but nobody really knew the extent of the injury. Was that kind of weird for you, kind of balancing expectations? I mean, people were talking about you defending a title, and you know you couldn't go full blast like you wanted to.
Right. You know, I still expected that to happen. You know, I was I'd kind of prefer it. You know, I didn't really want everybody to know that I had something holding me back. You know, I don't want to use that as a excuse by any means. You know, I felt like I was riding good still. You know, there's definitely something there. It wasn't 100% me, you know, but still felt like I was doing my job for the most part. And by the end of the NFR, I was messing some horses up, you know, and that really annoyed the crap out of me, you know, at the NFR. You know, I don't like messing up horses in the middle of the year, you know, and at the NFR to do that, it's really tough. But, you know, I'm pretty good. My head game's pretty strong, you know. I can go and mess one up, and like it's still in the back of my head and it bites me, you know. I'm still thinking about it, but I can show everybody else that I've got my mind on something else, you know. Like it doesn't bother me that bad, you know. I'm gonna maybe go out the next day and try to fix it, you know, and can't fix something that happened in the past too. So I just go on and have a good time, you know. At the finals, you still go out and talk to people and have a good time with things, you know. It's Vegas. You gotta have fun. So
Yeah.
So it's a good place to have a bad day, you know. But no, it was all right. You know, we struggled there at the end of the finals, but I still felt like I finished strong. You know, I definitely don't think it was all in the groin. You know, like I had some bobbles, so I shouldn't have done that, and I'd have maybe had something a different outcome. You know, but no, I had fun throughout the whole thing. It just was ready to go home and get fixed.
Is that where it really kind of became a reality that you're like, I got to take a step back and figure this out?
Yeah, I knew I was going to leading into the finals. You know, I had a couple month off, and then went to start the finals, got on 3 head, and then was sored up still, and stuff wasn't feeling any better than it did the week or month before. So at that point, I knew I needed to go get something. We went the PT route and ended up going the surgical route at the end. But you know, just given everything else, you know, I've been going pretty hard for the last however long, since I was 18, and I'm sure there's other parts of my body that could use a little break, you know, get a little fresh restart, get everything healed up and stronger, and come back good.
You're 6 weeks out, I think, roughly 6-7 weeks out, you said. I mean, to be so close and kind of knocking on that door for really starting to try things out and obviously potentially get back to rodeoing, how exciting is that for you?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to start the new season, you know, and we're gonna play it by ear, you know, see how I'm feeling by the end of it. I think they clear most guys, like for the NFL and stuff like that. The doctor was saying at 6 weeks, and I sure as wouldn't be playing football. I don't know, them boys must be tough.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna give it some more time. Just keep doing the PT that they had me doing. Get to lifting a little bit more. Get back to my riding shape, I guess. And then, you know, I have my sister's got a good pen of horses around here I can pick and choose from, get on some practice horses before coming out and just entering rodeos. But yeah, come entries when entries start popping up for next season, I'm gonna dang sure be looking at them. So.
Man, people might not know it from looking behind us, but you got a lot going on out here, man. You got trailers you're working on, you got trucks you're working on. What do you do when you're here at the home place?
Yeah, so I've been working on trucks mainly. I bought a truck I've been buying a lot of trucks. But I bought one from a family friend of ours. It's a A model extended hood, pretty Wayno truck that people like to look at, I guess. I got her stretched out and putting a sleeper on her. She's been sitting out for the last 20 years or so, and just getting her refreshed and doing that. And then Dad's got a hay trailer it's an old hay trailer, you know, deck falling out, and so we're redecking it and just working on trucks, working on fence, working cows, horses, and stuff. Haven't got to move cows or nothing in the last 6 weeks or so, but before the surgery, I was doing a bit of that, doing some cowboying and whatnot. But and then, maybe 3 weeks ago, we got to help out with some fire evacuations over in Rifle and Meeker. So just staying ready, staying out around the house, and it's good to be able to hang out and help out some people I ain't seen in a long time, you know, and get to hang out with some buddies from back home. But yeah, just working, just try to stay busy at the house, get some stuff around the house, bend it up, doing a little fence building, and just some stuff for myself.
Yeah, I mean, you said, what, 11 trailers of stock that you had to evacuate out of here? I mean, maybe a lot of people don't know this, but we've had some fires here in Colorado. It's been extremely dry, and luckily we're starting to get a little bit more rain, but like you said 3 weeks ago, you guys really helped out in a huge way. Yeah.
So there's a bunch of guys. I think we sent 3 trucks down to help out some of our buddies. One of my old traveling partners, there in Rifle. They had about 380 head of cows, but they're evacuating off the fire. And so we got the phone call and hooked up trailers and sent them down there. And it was a pretty awful sight down there, seeing all the ranch land burning and stuff. But yeah, they had, I think, 3 fires probably within 2 hours of here. One there by Meeker, well, two there by Meeker, one on the west side of the highway, and then one on the east side. And then there in Yampa, there's one, right, and it was in same county, Rio Blanco County, and then crossed into route. So yeah, there's surrounded by fires, and then Lord blessed us with a week of rain. I think got a lot of them mended down, so we're in good shape now, I believe. But it was a touch and go there for a little bit, but we're just happy to have the equipment to help out, you know. But 380 head out of there in an afternoon. We're working.
Yeah, I mean, people think it's cowboy to get on a bareback horse or get on a good bucker, but that's pretty cowboy to evacuate some stock from a fire. That had to be kind of a wild experience for you.
Yeah, I was I think 3 weeks out of surgery, so we sent a bunch of my buddies and stuff that are cowboys, have horses and stuff, and they went out that morning earlier before us and gathered everything, and then we come in and loaded trucks when they had everything penned up. But yeah, we had 4 of our trucks, and then a bunch of our friends around here. Everybody come out of the woodwork to help out, and it was a pretty cool sight to see everybody giving a hand. It was a bad situation there for sure. So
it feels like kind of the community here in Hayden is a tight-knit group. I know you're talking about your neighbor and go and hang out with your buddies at the Mexican restaurant. Just what's it like to be part of a community like this? And
it's Routt County and Hayden, and even in Moffat County, and just this northwest corner of Colorado. It's pretty tight-knit, like western community is. Like we're all ranchers and farmers and stuff like that, so we all know each other from rodeoing or just working and living here for however long our family's been here, and but yeah, with the rodeo, it's sweet to see. You go into the restaurant and people, hey man, good to see you, good job, and like everybody, I got a whole lot of support out of here. And like just going to a restaurant in Steamboat and have some old couple come up and, hey, are you Keenan? No, I'm not. Oh,
we're a guy with the curly bow.
Yeah, we're hoping you were. You look real like him. Oh no, I am. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's the support here is awesome. It's and they all come out to Vegas. Everybody likes to hang out and come out to the rodeos. Even during the summer, people come out and, hey, I'm from home. And well, thanks for coming and watching. It's pretty cool to see.
We just gotta get that billboard up.
Yeah, we just gotta get a billboard.
Yeah,
Where's the sign?
Yeah,
World champion.
home of the world champ.
Well, we're incognito over here, you know. I don't want everybody to know.
Yeah, you don't want people coming up paparazzi out
I have
front.
to have a gift shop.
You already got a camera crew coming
Yeah,
out.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's next?
Yeah, right.
Taking over your home, your back porch.
Yeah, that's all right. At least we're out, not in the front porch. We got too much parts out there in trucks. It looks like a used car salesman. But
What was it like for you at first? You know that the permit year, people started recognizing you with what you did out there, and setting a permit record. But when you won the world title, what was it like going around and kind of experiencing that? People asking you, "Hey, are you Keenan Hayes, the world champion?" What was that like for you?
it was cool. It's definitely different. But being such in a small town, I've always since I was in junior high and high school, people see it on the newspaper, and so I've always had people coming up, "Hey, good to see you, man," and whatnot. But when I won the world, it really kind of blew up. Everybody seen it, so it just kind of always been used to it. But a number of people coming up and recognizing me is a whole lot more now, and everywhere. It's random places here and there. I had a bunch of buddies, never met them before. I knew one of them that we grew up together riding bulls and stuff, and they were coming up for the rodeo this weekend riding bulls, and he had a couple buddies from down south tag along with him, and they're coming up, "Holy cow, good to meet you, it's awesome you letting us stay here, and like family back home loves you, it's awesome to hear. It's cool how many people and how big rodeo's gotten in the last, even from when I was my first permit year, like kind of the social media and the television stuff was really blowing up right when I kind of got into things. And and it's been obvious to see, like you go anywhere and the rodeo scene's just exploding. So it's pretty cool to be a part of it. And it's just awesome.
Has that kind of been something that you expected? Your notoriety, your being recognized. When you first started, did you ever imagine you'd be at the point where you just go sit down at a restaurant in Steamboat Springs and have a couple come up to you? Did you ever imagine that'd be possible for you?
Not when I was a kid. When I was a kid, they watching rodeo, you'd have to catch it on the whatever it was, TNT or I can't remember.
Late nights,
the time by and the late night TV.
It was the like the shoot Justin. I can't remember what they called it. It was just like the 10 rodeos they had on the TV every year, and like you'd have to catch them just right or have them recorded. So like when I was a kid, rodeo really wasn't near as big as it is now. So no, when I first started rodeo, and I was like, yeah, I can make a good living doing it, and I'll still be incognito. People don't know me too much, because I ain't a big in front of everybody guy. I like to kind of hide out, but so I was like, sweet, this would be awesome rodeo and do what I want to do and still be kind of in the shadows. And then it blew up, and then I'm like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to get used to it. But no, it's great to see. That's like, it really helps us cowboys out, like having the people supporting us. It really exploded it and makes making a living a whole hell of a lot easier doing this. Like used to be having to win and be in the top 20 to be able to kind of stay able to afford it, and if not, you're kind of having to go home and get a job. But now, like, the top 30 guys make a pretty good living doing it, and but it's awesome, like the size of the rodeos, the crowds got bigger, everything. It's really good to see.
A lot of people credit Yellowstone and the Yellowstone effect for obviously rodeo blowing up. Is there anything else from a young guy's perspective that maybe helped rodeo become as popular as it is today? Man,
I think that Yellowstone really blew up and then blew the Western thing up and kind of made everything, people look back at it, I think even back, if you look back like in the movies, they used to make a bunch of Westerns in the 90s and 80s, and then they went to the spaceships and stuff like that, and now they're coming back. So maybe that's kind of helped with that too, maybe, I don't know. But no, it definitely did in the last couple of years, and I think, I bet the music, I think people coming back to the music, I think that sure helped, like I think the country music in the early 2000s kind of was crap.
It pushed people away a little bit in the 2000s.
Made everybody listen to that pop country, so I think people like Zach Top, I think that guy is doing more for the sport of rodeo and stuff. Like that guy has that old country sound, and then like like all them other guys that they bring to the rodeos, like they seem to be helping out a whole hell of a lot. Like there's some cult-like followings for some of them guys.
Yeah.
It's cool to see.
You Post Malone fan, or?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I listen to rap. Yeah. I listen to some country, but I listen to more rap than anything else.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a fast-paced guy.
Yeah.
But I'm listening to a whole lot more rodeo country. You know, like I've always listened to Chris, but now I can listen to some of the new country. It's kind of good again, you know. But yeah, no, growing up, Lil Wayne, you know.
Lil Wayne.
There you go.
I still listen to Lil Wayne all the time.
I can have a full conversation about Lil Wayne songs. I'm telling you right now.
Dude, out here on the porch, you mean some Lil Wayne mixed with a little Zach Top and
yeah.
Chris Ledoux here and there.
Oh man, well at night when we're having a party out here, it's usually Tupac and Lil Wayne. And,
So how do you feel about guys like Post Malone, you know, going, not that we
Posty's
want to make this
sweet.
all about, you know, music, but
Yeah.
Post Malone kind of joining the country scene, and, you know, you
Yeah.
guys see guys like Big X The Plug now doing a lot of country songs. I mean,
Well, I think those guys are doing some help with their Western stuff too, because I mean, like they have a whole different following, and they're kind of showing people rodeo's cool. And is it Big X that fought bulls there? Or no, it was OT, Mexican OT.
Yeah, Mexican OT.
Yeah, he fought bulls there at Fort Worth. That was sweet. Yeah, no, I think all of it, you know, and shoot, I'd be able to meet those guys. It'd be sweet. I think my girlfriend, we were in Houston when OT had his concert, and she ran to the restroom and come out and bumped into him, and she oh my God, you know. So that's cool to see, you know. Like it's cool to be able to meet those guys, or like at the finals, you know, like shake Zach Top's hand when I'm carrying my rig and going to saddle my horse. You know, that's pretty dang sweet if you ask me. So no, it's just a cool experience.
Man, it kind of makes me think, you know, there's all this debate about like what it means to be cowboy or what it means to be Western. Like, what would you say, you know, in terms of what it means to be cowboy or be part of this
I
lifestyle?
mean, there's a whole lot of different ends of it. You can be cowboy, or you can be Western, you can be a farmer. I mean, there's I don't.
Yeah.
Who cares? You know, like if you like country, you like supporting the Western way of life, like so be it. I don't care how you dang dress. I don't care what you look like. You know, I think it's pretty cool. Cool to see everybody like from different ends of the spectrum. You know, like we got people from inner cities, you know, that are loving going to the rodeo. You know, that's cool to see. You know, people that never seen a horse in person, and they come up and want an autograph. You know, that's pretty dang cool in my opinion. You know, and all it's gonna do is help us out in the long run. So you see guys and I don't like talking to everybody. You know, like I really don't like talking to everybody, but I ain't gonna show it to somebody. You know, like I'm gonna be respectful and like thanks for coming. You know, like, and it doesn't bother me by any means. Like it's part of our job. In the end of the day, you know, like if we can continue to grow the sport, the only thing it's going to do is help us out and help our future generations out, you know, like that's the guys in the 2010s, that's what they did, and that helped to create what we have today, you know. So like it's all just looking out for the future, I think. But no, it's awesome, you know, like never thought people would just walk up to me in the middle of Vegas, hey, can I get your autograph? You know, like never thought that would be a thing, but it is nowadays, and you just got to do it, you know. That's how we keep bringing people in.
So like to be able to kind of show a bit of your personality in the sport now.
Yeah.
You know, compared to, you know, maybe 50 years ago, that wasn't as much a part of it. You know,
Right.
that, you know, you got to bring your personality to the arena, but now that's part of it. You get to bring Keenan Hayes' personality to the arena.
Oh, 100%, you know, and then there's some guys that like to do these video deals all the time, which I'm not very good at. I need to get better, but
You're doing good here.
Yeah, you're doing great right now.
well, like
We're having a good time.
like
Yeah, we
social media and stuff, you
Yeah.
know, like some of them guys are bringing in social media guys to actually travel with them and video them all the time and post cool videos and stuff, and you know, and people are really getting to see people's personalities in this culture and this rodeo world, you know, and it's really like I said, it's just helping everything grow, like, and can't hurt it, you know. Like publicity is always good, you know, no matter what it is. So
Rising tide lifts all boats.
yeah, exactly. So no, it's awesome to be a part of it, you know, and the horses, you know, they're just getting better and better, and yeah, I just want to get back. Yeah, it's fun.
Keenan, I want you to think back to your world championship.
Yes,
What
sir.
was that moment like for you when you had that buckle in hand and,
Right.
you know, crowd cheering at the NFR, Thomas and Max? I mean, just in general, what was that moment like for you?
Right. So it kind of was like a fairy tale ending almost that year. I was battling it out all week long, and then Jess, he had that bobble, and if they look at the videos, I mean, I was hoping he'd ride him really good and we'd have to go back and forth, but he had that bobble, which I think was like the first time ever at the finals for him.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't expecting, you know. And me and Reiner and me and Jess were next to each other in our chutes, and we were just sitting there fighting with these dang dun horses, you know. He had gunfire. It was trying to crawl in with me. Mine was trying to gator roll. I'm holding them up, and we were just fighting with these suckers like the whole time. And he went and had that bobble, and Reiner was sitting there helping me out. And I like look at him, the little shit, and grin. I'm like, oh, look out. And we get out on that horse, and yeah, pretty much when I double grabbed, and because I was whole time when I was riding him, I was like, holy crap, this sucker's a bucking. So we were just like she was sending them past my ears, and I was just trying to put them back in time. And once that buzzer went and it felt good, you know, I was like, I think I did it. I'm not sure, but I think I did it. And then I got off and trying to find my hat. Somebody went out and grabbed my hat and had it in the corner. I'm like, where's my hat? I need to do a victory lap. I don't want to wear someone else. And couldn't find my hat. And then they get me on the dang horse, and I can't remember his name. He's everywhere. He's gonna give me for if he sees this and I don't say his name. But big, massive man, and he has the stiffest cowboy hat I've ever seen. Like one of them old school cowboy hats.
Yeah.
And I went to bear it down, which is already 7 sizes too big. Well, and then I went to do that, you know, mash her down, and it was just hard as a rock. Gave myself a concussion, I'm pretty sure. And I'm trying to hold it on, went to wave, and then whoo, and I was like, oh man, I'm never gonna live that one down, which my girlfriend don't let me live down.
2 years later,
Oh,
she's
yeah,
still
right.
it's the worst. If I do a victory lap, she's like, nice, you kept your hat on. Shut up. You know, go to But no, it's awesome. But yeah, it was crazy. It really didn't hit me until I was back there and kind of out of sight from everybody, taking pictures and doing interviews, and it was like, holy shit, I did it. But it was awesome. I was like, can we quit doing pictures? I want to hang out with my boys.
Yeah.
You know, but it was awesome. You know, it was so much fun. That night we went out to Losers after the rodeo, and we had just a blast, you know, all of us. It was a good time. And then we all went Top Golf next day. It was just fun. Yeah, no, it was hanging out with the boys. And it was honestly a really depressing morning the next morning, because like all year long, 2 years prior, you know, like a year before I was on my permit, and it was like, I should have bought it this year. And then I bought it and ended up winning everything. And yeah, that next morning I was just kind of laid there waking up and like, what's my purpose now? You know, like, am I depressed? I don't know. Am I booze blues or am I depressed? I can't tell you yet.
Yeah.
But no, it turned into just being awesome. But yeah, no, until I got to go to the next one that year, it was like, now what do I do? You know, and then that next rodeo, it was good to be back. You're right back into the swing of things.
Have you dealt with some of that this year too? Or do you feel like, you know, some of being more mature maybe probably helps with that?
Yeah. Well, shoot, after I won the world, I matured a whole ton.
Yeah, I bet.
It was amazing.
Makes you grow up fast.
Yeah, I grew up for sure. I didn't do as dumb stuff anymore, and you know, but no, this year, you know, I watch my boys' Snapchats or their Instagrams or their Facebooks, and I see the videos of my homies, and but if I watch the whole dang rodeo, I just get antsy. So I don't watch a whole lot of it, just the videos of the good ones, you know, and it keeps me wanting it and eager, you know, and but yeah, no, there's always that itch, you know, like I really want to get back and just try to do it the right way, you know. If I did it the way I want to, it wouldn't be the right way. You know, if it was me, I'd still be rodeoing right now. So, but yeah, just trying to be smart about things, which is hard to do sometimes.
And we're ready to see the comeback.
We are, absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Has there been any communication with some of your buddies? I mean, like
yeah.
anything like, we can't wait till you're here. Like, I mean, what has kind of been those messages that you get from those guys? Because it's funny. I think rodeo might be one of the only sports where you can be, neck and neck with someone for a world championship, and yet they're still your best friend.
Yeah.
So what has that been like for you?
Man, they get random phone calls from random hours of the night, random hours of the morning. So usually I'm still asleep. I'm like, quit calling me.
2 in the morning after rodeo in California.
Just all having a good time. I can't even hear you. You're at the bar, man. No, it's good. We talk all the time. Snapchats or on the phone. All of it. But yeah, no, it's good. We stay in touch, and I kind of ride their ass when they're riding like shit. I see some videos. What the hell are you doing? It's not what we're looking for. Like when Weston bucked off last week, I gave him hell for that, and Cooper. I think he bobbled on one too. I gave him both hell. But no, it's good. It's like they say, hey, we're ready for you back, and I'm just ready to go golfing. I ain't got to go golf. Last year I probably did more golf than I did rodeo, and I'm really missing out on that.
What's your handicap? What you shoot?
Oh, it depends.
It depends on the day.
Yeah, it depends on if I'm cheating or not. If I like to say it, like right around 100.
There you go.
110 usually, probably more accurate. But
See, I'm like a double par guy.
Yeah,
I like playing in a scramble because that way, you have a good shot.
Yeah.
Everybody
Right.
thinks you're a good golfer, and
no, it really depends with me. I'm rather smashing them and then screwing up my putt. It's always on the putting green that I mess up. Every now and again I can hit my driver good.
it's the short game. You gotta worry
I
about.
like my irons, and I'm starting to get good with my driver, but my putting, I need to go to some mini golf or something. I don't know.
Do the Happy Gilmore.
Yeah. I want to go with those hockey sticks.
Yeah, there you go. That might help you out.
Yeah, it might.
Well, do you have a day penciled out for your return? Like you have a list of rodeos that you're like, all right, this might be the one.
Yeah,
make it back?
I mean, I've looking at the schedules, talking to guys, see what's worth going to at the beginning of the season, which we were last 2 years. I haven't gone to nothing between the NFR and the end of the year.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna go back to when I was on my permit, I'd go to a ton, like never quit rodeoing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to be able to do that again. But yeah, no, I got a few that I'm looking at. There's some of Pickett's, that one in Waco. That one day, if I could get into that, that'd be pretty sweet. I'll just see what's there. Maybe Vegas, maybe Brawley or California, where the hell is. See how I'm feeling. If I'm not ready, then maybe just wait out until Denver and then see what we can get done in the wintertime. See if we can get into anything. But that's my plan for now, at least. We're just gonna play it slow. It's don't want to rush into it. Just make sure everything's strong and 100% by when I come back.
And we know you're itching to get back, obviously. Yeah. What can fans expect from Keenan Hayes when you are finally back in an arena?
Hopefully 100% Keenan, and just like I never left. That's my plan. And but whatever happens. Man above's got a plan for us all. We're just kind of riding that right now. Just trying to do everything right. Taking advice from guys like Tim. He went through the same surgery. Listen to him about things. Trying to listen to the doctor about things, and just listen to the body. Main thing. Just once I'm right, I'll be right back to things. It's I've always worked, my whole life, but more than anything, I've always just rodeoed. So it's weird not being there, and it's definitely going to be something I get back to. It's as soon as possible kind of thing. So yeah, excited to get back.
Well, Keenan, when you have an entry, we're going to know about it.
Yep.
You're going to tell us about it, and we're going to do our best to be there. But we appreciate you letting us come out to the house today, and man, taking the sights. This is sweet.
Yeah, we got a sweet little view there of the river and the mountain behind us, and that's a sweet place to hang out during the night, and it gets cool, a little warm in the days here in Colorado, but at night it cools back down to comfortable weather, and no, it's awesome. But I'm excited to be back and get back to things.
Sweet.
We'll have to come back to the house when you build that par 3 out there, right?
Yeah, if I can get that done, that'd be neat. I might not be able to get me interviewed.
We'll play the first round.
Yeah.
We'll play the first round.
Right.
Out here.
Might have to do like one of those Bryson DeChambeau interviews.
Yeah,
in
we
the golf
should.
cart.
There
you go.
50. See if we can break 50.
Oh, I don't know about that. 100.
Hey,
break 100.
Hey, see if we can break 100,
Yeah.
the three of us,
Yep.
on a par 3.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a chance.
I don't know. I like to play golf alone so no one sees me actually play,
fair
but
enough.
Right. You got to be drinking. Nobody remembers.
Nice course banquet.
Exactly.
You know? Let's see what happens.
Exactly. Yes,
Well,
sir.
we appreciate it, man.
Yep.
For Zach Alvira and Keenan Hayes, I'm Alex Dodd. Make sure to check out everything we got on YouTube, PRCA Pro Rodeo. Follow the Chute Bosses on Instagram. And we're going to have plenty of content coming up for you at the end of the season and when this guy comes back at the end of the year. So until next time, we are Pro Rodeo.